Hello, my angels, and welcome to this week's card pulls for each astrological signs. We will be going through each sign. This first video is from Aries to Virgo, and then the next section of signs will be filmed on another video. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I will have below the timestamps for each sign and when the reading comes up. And if you like what you see, make sure to like, share, comment. You can even donate if this is something you want to continue to watch and support. Anyways, it is the week of August 8th. Let's see what we have coming up this week for Aries. Overall, collectively, we do have a full moon on the 11th. And we have a bunch of planets square right now, so I do expect some conflict this week. A lot of stuff to come to the surface. We still have Chiron retrograde for the rest of the year. So let's see. What does Aries need to know this week? What guidance they might need? What messages? We'll do one more shuffle because I was a little distracted. All right, Aries. Aries. Let's see what we got for this fire sign. Transformation card. Love it. Discontent and boredom. Deception and envy. Okay. All right, Aries. Let's see. So for this week, I am seeing definitely a lot of relational stuff coming up for you. Kind of getting new insight on particular perspectives in your relationships that maybe you weren't aware of before, which is changing your mind around some things. Also with discontent and boredom, I feel like you want a big change in your home life, your most intimate relationships, and this like news that you're getting or new information that you're getting does definitely provide you with a new perspective. But I'm hearing the word impulse and reaction. So to make sure you're not just like reacting to this new information and making an aggressive life change, maybe sit with it a little bit, see what comes to mind. Deception, envy, maybe you're getting truth about somebody who's done you wrong, somebody who's cheated on you, somebody who maybe doesn't have your best interests in mind, or maybe in some cases you yourself are this person in the dynamic you have with your closest person. So to really be mindful that those secrets or hard truths are going to be coming to the surface this week for you. And it's part of your path. Like it's going to be opening a ton of like core wounds and things for you to face in order to move forward. Just know that these things are a necessary part of your evolution, Aries, even though they might be uncomfortable. And like I said, I feel this is kind of like, I'm getting like a pendulum, a back and forth sort of thing. So I'm saying this could like literally be you who's being deceptive, or it could be one of the closest people that you have in your circle, whether it's your significant other or a very close family member that you've been confiding in that maybe hasn't had like your best interest in mind. So just something to kind of look at and pause, reflect, react accordingly. Because I feel like things are gonna like kind of blow up this week. That's what I'm getting from that. All right, so that'll be interesting for Aries. Let's see what we have for Taurus, our first earth sign in the lineup. Little baby Taurus. What guidance do you need this week from Spirit? What do you need to know, prepare for? What will help you? Taurus. We have firm foundation. And then prosperity begins. Oh, my nose is itching. And recognition and reward. Taurus. Okay. I see you like really, I think last reading we were talking about big changes on your home front. And this week I'm seeing really good things happening. I don't know. I'm seeing some of you signing a lease, moving into a new space, taking steps to kind of like fulfill the future that you really want. Some of you could be starting even a new business, a new endeavor like that. Because a firm foundation is not just your household, but it's like the foundation within yourself. And that is reflected ultimately in our outer world as well. So big changes for Taurus this week. Like I said, could be moving, signing a lease, whether that's business or home related. Just a lot of changes there. And then recognition and reward. I feel like this is kind of like karma returning to you. So I don't know, some of this could be work related, but I'm kind of seeing it more as like an emotional milestone or a mental milestone that you've achieved where you're like clearing your karma, like paying your debts, being honest with people about the things that you've done, and good things are going to come back to you, Taurus, because of this, because of taking accountability, because of just like putting in the hard work on yourself, right, to do better and be better, and things are kind of finally starting to pay off for you there, because I feel like you've had some challenges lately for sure, and these are all red, might I add. So your root chakra, there's a lot of change there, which makes sense with firm foundation, and just kind of changing how you approach things. You know, you've been taking a look at maybe your parental relationships or just your relationships with caregivers overall, and how like you can move through those things, but also make your own experience, like not just like literally adapt all of the things that you absorbed and learned that weren't necessarily like great, but a lot of good things, Taurus. Next up we have Gemini. Let's see what we have going on for Gemini this week, what they might need to know here. What guidance does Gemini need, Spirit? All right. Little gem. Let's see. We have obstacles and challenges. Very nice. Balance. And then temptation. Okay, Gemini. All right. I'm going to start with temptation. So, and a lot of 5s and 1s. Very interesting. All right, so Gemini, this week I am seeing for you a wake-up call, like a wake-up call in your day-to-day habits, how you approach things, how you approach relationships, how you take care of yourself, and especially your thoughts and your mental world. What things are you ignoring? In which ways are you like disassociating, especially with the temptation card? This could be any way that you distract yourself from what's going on in your inner world. So it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be literally fucking TV, it could be binge eating, it could be running away. I don't know. It could be so many things that you can dissociate with. Your phone, like that's a huge one, obviously, for all of us. So I do feel like that temptation has only worked so long for you, and like this week you're kind of like reaching this peak where that's no longer gonna be a crutch you can rely on. Like you are going to have to face this shit going on in your life, in your relationships, in your foundation. Like things need to change, and I think you know that as well. So be open to that this week. I know that there's gonna be a lot of emotion and like feelings that come up within it, but you also have the balance card, so it's like you have to achieve internal balance within to achieve external balance in the world around you. So really take a look at like where your energy is being put, and the things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Are they feeding you? Are they draining you? And what needs to be adjusted from there, right? But definitely expect a lot of things to come to the surface this week and finally be addressed, dealt with. Like I said, distractions are kind of going to go out the window. Isn't that nice? All right, let's see what we got. Next up, Cancer. Ooh, can I even shuffle? Let's see what Spirit has for Cancer this week, what guidance they may need. Ooh. I'm not even shuffling on my boobs today. It's kind of weird, right? I don't know why. I think because I moved my desk, it's like kind of in a weird angle. It's not like boob friendly. Okay. BB Cancer. Let us see what you got. Ooh, solar plexus chakra. Very nice. Movement, choices, and decisions. And then, oops. Transformation card again. All right, is this our card of the week, guys? Cancer. A lot is going on, obviously. Transformation card, right? Solar plexus, though, is bringing me mainly to the movement, choices, and decisions card. I am seeing some of you really making a dramatic life change right now, kind of just wanting to like throw everything away and start over. And some of that could be good, and some of that could be a little disastrous, right? So I think when you're kind of like faced with that feeling, ask yourself, if I literally just like let go of all this stuff and plunge into something new, like what is it that I'm like hoping to achieve from this, right? Am I hoping that it gives me peace, or it gives me stability, or it gives me XYZ? And just know that those things need to come from you before they can come from these external things and places. Granted, like I am such a component to, if you're drawn to something, go, because there's a lesson for you there, or a person for you there, or the energy is going to like relate to you better there. So with this, I'm looking at, if you don't know your astrocartography, to look it up, Cancer. If you're thinking about making a move, kind of do a little research, see like, you know, how your planets and your time of birth align with specific places that you want to visit or potentially move to before you really like go gung-ho and make those decisions. But you are definitely like, your confidence, I feel like, is really growing a lot, Cancer. Obviously you're like a pretty emotional sign, nurturing, but I'm really sensing that you're learning how to nurture yourself even more so than other people lately. Codependent comes up for me right away, so I don't know if you're working through some codependency issues there, working through just like solidifying who you are without needing other people to tell you and be like, oh, you're so funny, or oh, you're so this. Like, you don't need any of that shit, especially with the transformation card. Love it. I feel like it's a great week for you. It's very exciting. There's a lot of different opportunity and things that can happen, so keep yourself open. Like I'm saying, be a little cautious about like being super impulsive and why you are making decisions. Like I was saying, if you are drawn to something just to escape something else, probably not the best, right? But if you're just drawn to it and it feels good and it feels exciting and you're open to it, to anything happening with that choice, then that's great. You know, you'll know, like you'll feel it in your gut, Cancer. You're very intuitive. So follow your gut with this. You know, if it just feels right, if you feel like all this resistance and like tightening and clenching in your body when you're like thinking about doing something, is probably not right. Anyways, thank you, Spirit. Next up we have Leo. Let's see what we got for our Leos this Leo season, particularly this week, what guidance they may need. What does Leo need to know from Spirit? Okay. Love begins. Very nice. Passion ignited. Very nice. Another one card. Rejoice in celebration. Leo, damn, is this your freaking time to shine? Relationships coming right off the bat for me. So I'm seeing a ton of fulfillment in your close relationships, and that hasn't always been the case for you, Leo. I'm sensing that like you're around really great people right now, attracting your soul tribe. I feel like this was kind of coming up last week for you too. I don't know if this particular card, but just feeling more connected and fulfilled from your relationships and like celebrated for who you are. And I love that for you. And just like being in this space of like accepting yourself wholeheartedly, the good, the bad, the shadow, all the above, right? And it's like this love that you've curated for yourself and worked so hard to obtain and like really feel good about yourself. It's just going to keep attracting people who are also just like really interested in you and like genuine good connections for you. And you're going to be able to tell who those people are. I'm also getting kind of like a little warning, like to be careful of not going back and feeding into energy from like old relationships or people that like you know are not meant to be on your path long term. Just it's kind of almost like a test from universe, like, do you really believe you can do better, or do you really believe that there are like better connections for you out there? And there are, like passion ignited. I feel like you're like a little ball of fire right now, running around just super excited about life. And I think it's great. I think it's a great thing to lean on. I would say the only thing to be mindful of this week is those old attachments that you have, right? When you are doing good and you're free from attaching and needing other people. They tend to come back out of the woodwork. I don't know if you've done like a cord cutting recently, but like sometimes you'll like feel, or people will literally come back and be like, wait, like I'm not feeding off your energy anymore. Why? But why? Can I have it? Don't do it, Leo. Don't do it. Oh, I just pulled my hair. Everything's fine. Okay. So our last sign for this particular video, I'm sure my hair had like 800 years. It's kind of strange. Is Virgo. Oh, it's not shuffling. Virgo, what are you resisting? What's going on? Tell me. All right, Spirit, what do we have in store for Virgo this week? What guidance do they need? Oh, this is like, I feel like the same card. No, heartache and loss. Sad, Virg. Solitude. Like, oh Lord. Wisdom. Okay, Virgo. I'm not loving this reading considering I am a Virgo. Yeah, I'm seeing like a deep grievance this week. Something kind of sudden, something unexpected moving out of your life, whether this is like literally someone passing in the physical realm or just like energetically leaving you. Either way, there's definitely a lot of like grief coming to the surface for you. You might, I'm brought to the chest, you might be having a tightness in the chest, a tightness like in this kind of area, like your grief point all the way down to toward your heart. And just, it's like, it's crazy. Like this week I do see you really turning inward a lot because of this situation. And you know, this could be somebody who literally is passing this week or is like recently passed for you, and it's something that's like really calling you to go inward. And the wisdom card is kind of like perfect timing, right? Like this card shows us that when we're ready, the right teacher will appear. So be open if you feel drawn to different like healing modalities to work through this grief. Be open to different teachers and people that you maybe haven't worked with before kind of helping you through this. And just know that like you don't have to do this all alone, Virgo. Like there's a lot of feeling, and I just feel like a heavy lull coming up. So I'm like, oh fuck, what is this week gonna be like? But like I said, it could be old grief for some of you, but I also am seeing kind of something sudden, unexpected coming up as well for the majority of us. So to just be mindful to call in your support, to call in, like I said, maybe someone different and unexpected to work with you. If you are going through the grief process, that you don't have to carry it alone, that carrying it alone is actually going to cause a ton of issues in your body. So you really don't want to do that, Virgo. Anyways, so hopefully it is not such a tragic week. But on that note, I hope you enjoyed these readings. If you are wondering where your sign is, why I didn't do a reading for you, it is also going to be in part 2 video, which you could see on my page. But if you love these and love what I do, definitely be sure to like, share, comment, show your support in any way. You can also donate. I have all that info in the description below. I was gonna say bio, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Great. All right. I will see y'all next week.